Thank you.
Welcome. The reason why we did that was we didn't want to restrict any data, right? We just want it to be free flowing, just connected. Okay. So whatever slice and dice, and if we want to view individual data, etc., we can do it easily. Gives a lot of flexibility. Okay. So what we'll do is, if we see the restaurant table, right? A rating is above the gray line. What does this mean?
It's a dimension table.
It's a dimension. But in reality, should it be a dimension or a measure? And what does this ABC mean?
It's a string.
Text value.
Is this right?
No.
No, no, it's not correct. Change it to number decimal. And should it be a dimension or a measure?
Measure.
Measure. So what you can do is you have this drop down option over here. You click on that and you can say convert to measure. Okay. Now, let us say that we want to calculate a rating at a city level, but okay, fine. We'll maybe use the text functions first so that we are able to clean up city. Okay. Now, if I put city over here, okay, I'll just put it over here and showcase. Yeah. Do you see, is this consistent? The format of the values in city? Is it consistent? For example, some of these are cities, correct? And some of these cleaned city. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Eventually want to extract only city. How can we do it? Don't tell me the formula, just tell me the logic. This is what Lakshmi Nagar, comma Delhi.
Yeah. We can use the delimiter of comma.
Delimiter of comma. Okay. Correct. Right direction. After using delimiter, what token would you select? Would you select the first token, second token? How would you select? So basically you would use delimiter and split it and extract the city part of it, correct? Is that what you meant, Nishan?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a function called split. Okay. The thing with Tableau again is here also, when you just type the first letter, you will get all the recommendations. Let's use split. Okay. Split. What is the format? String, delimiter, token number. What is the string we are trying to split? We're trying to split city. Delimiter is comma. What is the token number? Okay, let us see. Let us put token number as 1. Okay. One moment. Where did it create? Why is it not showing? Now, clean city, I'll just put beside this. Okay. Okay. If I just select token number, is it giving me exact city?
Can you
can
brief
go
like
and do.
what token number is exactly about?
Yes, token number is basically when you split by a delimiter, right? A comma B comma C comma D comma E. Okay. When you split by a comma, you will have separate tokens. First token would be A, second token would be B, third token would be C, right? So what it's essentially doing is this formula split a string by a delimiter and extract one of the tokens. Okay.
Okay, okay.
First token, what it'll do is, for example, Adajan comma Surat, it'll just give us Adajan, right? First token. Is first token giving the city now? Airoli comma Mumbai, it's giving Airoli. It's not giving. Okay, should we do token 2? If I do token 2, most of the places token number 2 is not there. Okay, so it is not giving. What you can also do is token is always calculated from left hand side to right hand side. If you want to calculate from right hand side, you just have to use a minus symbol. Okay, so what you do is you do token of -1. Is it giving all cities now? -1 means last token. There's no delimiter. First token, last token, same. Okay. Yeah, you can check here. Abbots, Koti, Hyderabad. Okay, Hyderabad. Alambagh, Lucknow, Lucknow. Alvapet, Chennai, Chennai. Airoli, Mumbai is Mumbai. Is this clear? Any doubts? Anyone has any doubts? Anyone wants me to repeat again?
So, Varun, while we are using the -1 as a in place of token, so we are searching from the right hand side, and if any of the value which does not have any delimiter, it is taking the first value and posting it there.
Yes, yes. Because the first value from left hand side and right hand side is both same if delimiter is not there.
Thank you.
Okay, clear? Any doubts?
But it is fine in the case of we have the 2 values here. If we have the 3 values, then how we are going to do that?
Correct, correct. So -1 when we do, right? -1 is taking from right hand side. If we have 3 values, it will be zone, comma, area, comma, city, right? What we are trying to extract is city, right? City is always in the last.
Okay.
Okay. So when we do the -1 as the token, it will always give the last value.
Okay. So anyway, this is gonna work in that way also.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Click on the drop down, there's an edit option. You click on edit, you get this dialog
Okay,
box.
thanks.
Okay. Anything I should change here? Should I change something over here? City and clean city.
Data
Yeah.
type again.
Data type. Yes. You need to have a geographic code. Yes.
Just
Probably.
one doubt. If instead
Yes,
of
sir.
-1, if we had put -2 or -3, what would be the output?
Right hand side. I'll just show. If I do -2, in some cases, the area would have shown.
From
Okay.
from where is it counting? Like -1 from right?
1 second.
Yeah.
1 second. I'll show both of them side by side so that it's easier for you. Okay. So when you take -2, Adajan, Surat, -2, -1 would be Surat, -2 would be Adajan. Akota, Vadodara, Vadodara would be -1, Akota would be -2. So minus is from right hand side, plus is from left hand side. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it answered, but we had also the city and also the area names as well, both of them. How does putting -1 do that? Okay, it just takes up the first instance. Is it like
Yes.
that? Okay, okay, got it.
No. What -1 does is it considers the last one. From right hand side, first one means from left hand side, last one. Right?
Yeah,
So we
understood.
know you understood, right? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, no worries. Yes, so we got this. And just put this over here. Now what we can do is we can do rating. Okay. Calculate average rating. I'll put rating over here. As soon as I put it, it's calculating sum automatically. What I do is I have an option here. Go measure to calculate average rating. All right. Let's say I do average rating. Now, there are multiple ways to represent this. Okay. Let us sort city basis sales. Okay. Sort clean city basis field. We learned this. Sales amount. Sum of sales amount. Top to bottom. Okay. Let us learn a bit of formatting. If I click here on the drop down, there's an option called formatting. Okay. Yes. Just go to the default place. Font, right? Font coloring, etc. You can change all these here. Okay. Bold, italics, etc. Font, all those things you can do over here. You can do the alignment also. I'll not go deep into that. Let's go to numbers. Okay. So there are multiple options: standard number, custom, currency, scientific, percentage, so on. Okay. For this, we'll go to custom number. You have decimal places. How many decimals do you want to showcase? Right? Do you want to showcase like 6, 7 decimals? Do you want to showcase 1 decimal, 2 decimal? Something that you have an option over here. Okay. And you can do a prefix and suffix. Okay. So you can say rating type, something of that sort. You can put space and do this. Prefix, you can also do a suffix, marking star, so on. All right. I'm just saying you can play around with these formatting. Yeah. So you can do format. We'll go to display units, not here. We'll do more of formatting. Different cases require different kind of formatting. We'll do that. Okay. This is what we did the formatting here. What we can also do is we can create a calculated field. We'll look at some of the function. Okay. We'll call this as approx rating. Okay. So what all can we do? We can do your what do you say, rounding, ceiling, etc. All right. So let's say you can choose like this: round average of rating, comma, let us say 1 decimal. Okay. When we apply this, it goes and sits here as a calculated field. Okay. So as I said, calculated field, you can go to fields, click drop down, click create calculated field, or you can directly go here and say create calculated field. Okay. So approx rating is created. I'll put that also in text. One moment. I'll go to show me button. I put this as table. So it shows this way. I can go to approx rating and I can change the format. Okay, let this be there. Okay, so I'm doing a rounding here. Yes. Similarly, I can do a ceiling of a number. Yes. I do ceiling of a number, automatically it goes on to the upper decimal. What I can do is, if I want it upper integer, it will go. If I want it only ceiling up to first decimal, I can just multiply by 10 and then eventually divide by 10. So I can do all these functions, okay? Ceiling, rounding, etc. Yes. So all these functions are there. So you can use calculated field here. What you can also do is you can classify. Okay. Classify, let us say classify ratings. Okay. What you can do is rating, create a calculated field. What you can say is you can create a rating flag. Just use your if else functions. If rating is greater than 4, then you return it as good. Else, you can just keep repeating this. Else, if rating greater than 3, average. Else, if rating greater than 0, because there could be null values as well. Or else you can just mention NA and. Okay. Just apply this. A rating flag is now created. You can just put a rating flag. And basically, you can also count the number of restaurants. Okay, how to do that? Let us see. You just have RID. If I just put RID over here, it will be difficult to visualize. Okay, it will not automatically do. It will hang up your screen or do all that. Right? This is not a good way. I'll tell you. I'll still show you. Measure. You can do count distinct. And just put this in label. Okay, so you can view like this. Okay, count distinct RID, or the better way is create calculated fields to measure outlets. Okay, so you say outlets. What you do is count distinct RID. Okay, this is outlets. Similarly, you can do number of users also. Count distinct user ID. Okay, so you've created here. What you can do is you can just see outlets is already a formula, right? If you see here, it's a count distinct. You've already given an aggregation. So it won't do sum of, etc. It will just say aggregation. So whatever level is there, it will do a count distinct at that level. Okay. So you get this over here. You can use manual sorting here because there are only 4 values. Good, average, poor, and yes. You can also do one thing. There's an option called analytics here. Just use totals, drag and drop over here. You will get column total. Okay. This is just one quick way to look at how you can use calculated fields. I know you can do most of these in Excel also, just showcasing the feasibility here. All right. So like you did, if you can use and or not, case when, etc. in the same way. Okay. One good thing about Tableau is we'll go to date functions. Go to date functions. If I just put order date in rows, okay, automatically it's showing here. But when I click drop down, you have multiple ways. It can show here, just show Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. This is aggregated at all the year levels. Okay, in this particular part, month, Jan to December. Similarly, you can choose a date 1 to 31. You can choose a week number, weekday, etc. If you go to the gray line below this, it will give at a yearly level. Okay, year, quarter, it will give Q1, Q2 of different years. You have month of different years, week of different years, so on and so forth, right? Day and okay. Now, where will we use this? Okay, how are we going to use this? Let us see. I put this in rows. Let's say I put sales amount in label. Okay. Yeah. Is this good to visualize? I don't know what does this even mean, right? In terms of visualization. I just want to quickly introduce you to visualization. When you go to click the show me button here, we are always trying to do text tables. When I click text tables here, right, it will automatically give table in one format. Okay. So I have week numbers and sales across each of these weeks. There are a lot of weeks. Okay. Yeah. This is a table format. You have multiple different visualizations. Okay. You have heat maps, highlight tables, pie chart, line graphs, tree maps, etc. Okay. Now, what does the show me button do? Right? When you hover around the graph, some of these graphs are grayed out, some of these are not. Okay. Why so? When you go on top of graph, in the bottom, if you see for heat maps, try one or more dimensions, one or two measures. Pie chart, one or more dimensions, one or two measures. Line graphs, one date, zero or more dimension, one or more measures. Right here, you can do a line graph. Just click on line graph. This shows week on week sales. If you think week on week is a lot more disturbed, you can click here and just do month on month. Yeah, slightly better looking. Okay. But why do you think the starting month is down and the last month is also down? Any guesses? Because it might not be a full month. We saw order date as a filter. We just click here. We go to range of dates. Next. Apply. Okay. Let us show it as a filter. Now, if you realized, folks, did I put a order date filter in one of the previous sheets in the previous sessions? Yes, I did. Right? Do I have to put the same filter in each and every sheet again and again? No. So how do I do? There's a drop down over here. Okay. There's a drop down. There's an option called apply to worksheets. Okay. Each of these is a worksheet. You can apply to only this worksheet, or you can do some selection of worksheet or this data source or all the related data source. Let's use that. So that you don't have to put the filter again and again. If you check October, okay, first 3 days are missed. It's not complete month. So move ahead and start from November 1. Here also, it's not a complete month. Move back, go to end of month. Okay. This is how you can utilize date functions and then create visualization on top of it. Okay, I'll just pause here for some time. Any doubts? Anyone wants me to repeat any part again? More than happy to do. Yes, over to you folks. Any doubts? Anything that's not clear? Anything that's going over the head? Should I go a bit slow? Whatever, please let me know.
I got confused in like column and row that is over there at the top of visualization that we have put.
Column and row. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what exactly? Then I can probably help
How to
better.
like put those month by order, like whatever.
Okay. Okay. I'll do it and showcase again. Definitely, I'll do that. Others, any other doubt? So that when I'm doing it again, I'll do it accordingly. I'll cover all the doubts. Others, please feel free to voice it out.
Explain the number format, like how to format numbers,
Numbers.
adding,
Okay.
yeah, adding suffix, etc.
Okay. I'll show that again. Definitely.
Okay.
So one is rows, columns, how to get month, order, date from Nishant. One is number format from Arun. Okay. Anything else? Others? Feel free, yaar. I mean, your time, your money, please make the best use of it.
Hello. Arun.
Yes.
So I joined a bit late.
Okay, no worries.
This, if you can give me the context that what are we trying to achieve with month and sum of sales here?
Okay. So what we are trying to do is we are looking at the sales trend, right? So we are looking at, if you see the x-axis, you have month on month data. Y-axis is your sales amount, right? So we are seeing how a sales trending month on month from October 2017 to Feb 2020 and so on and so forth, right? Because the objective here is we are trying to answer the leadership. Okay, leadership just said sales is on a downtrend, identify the RCA and recommend actions to fix it, right? So the starting point is to identify how is the sales trend moving, how exactly, right? So what we are trying to do is month on month, we are calculating the sales amount, total sales amount. And then we are putting it in the form of a graph.
All right. And did we do some like calculated month, or do we have a separate month
Yes,
column with
I'll
us?
get to that.
Yeah.
I'll get to that. Your
Yes.
doubt is also similar to Nishant's.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll get to that. Anything else, other folks? Because I'll again cover this from starting so that, you know, if any of your doubts is there, then I'll probably help it in a better way. Okay. Now to Nishant and I don't know who was talking last.
Gaurav.
Gaurav, right? Nishant and Gaurav's question. So what we do is we just have order date. Okay. When I just put it in rows or columns, Tableau automatically puts year sometimes. But if you go here, you have option here to showcase it as a month or a week number or a quarter or a year, so on. Okay. Tableau automatically generates it. Similar to how Excel also generates it, right? In your pivots, when you use a date column, it generates months, quarters, years, etc. So Tableau also does that along with week number, weekday, etc. Right? Now, if I choose month, okay, and let us say I'll use it as a table only, right? Month, is this clear? How to get month?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I take sales amount and I put it in text, similar to how we put cities and total sales, right? So this is month on month sales amount. Okay. But is this easy to visualize, good to visualize? No, right? Yeah. So what do? We need to have some visualization too, right? So here in the show me button, all visualization options will show. Basis what? Basis how many dimensions, measures, etc. you have. in your visualization. I go here, line is possible. I click on the line and I get this line graph. Okay. But before that, I think Karun had a question on how do we format. Okay. Now, Arun, so what we can do is, what do we need to format? This is sales amount, right? So go to sales, click on the drop down, click on format option. Okay. Click on numbers, go custom. Okay. Tell me, is this easy to visualize? What should I do? Give me suggestion, folks. Number, is it easy to read?
We can write in millions or
Millions. Okay. How to do that? So there is display units here. Thousands, millions, billions, so on. Okay. Let's write it in millions. Okay. And Arun, here is where you can do prefix. For example, rupees. Can mention this rupees 35 million, so on. And I'm just okay. Can just say only, right? So on and so forth. Yeah. So you can utilize prefix and suffix this way.
um,
Is it clear?
yeah, it's clear. And does putting the suffix causes any problem in calculation? Like it changes the format into text or it's
No, 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 no. No, no, no. It is just formatting. It doesn't change any calculation. It's basically how you're representing the data.
okay. So the format is also the number.
Yeah, format is not going to be an issue in your calculation.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So you have it this way. Now let us put this as a graph. Okay. Yes. Sales amount. If I put it in label, this is how it shows. Why is it showing in million? Because I've already made the format into that. Is it easy to read now? Better?
Yes.
Yes. Now, let us say I want to see how was the rating. Okay. Now, where is the rating? Let's say I'm using approx rating. Okay, not approx rating. Let's use the actual rating only. Yes. Let us say I want to color this line basis rating. Okay. It is all blue color here, right? All blue color. Let us say I want to color the line basis rating. So what I have to do is just drag and drop rating into color. Okay. Should I do sum of rating?
No.
No, average, right? Average and I do a color. Okay. What is it showing over here? Automatically, when I put it in color, it shows light blue to dark blue, right? 3.85 is light blue, 3.92 is dark blue. Okay. What you can do is you can go click here, go to edit colors and say, hey, I don't want this palette. I want, let's say, red to green. So you can choose many different options. Okay. And then say apply. Okay. Yes, we'll do a bit more into coloring, but this is broadly what it is. Right. So we get to know, okay, a rating was bad somewhere here. But even though sales is going down in these months, phases, etc., apart from this one, rating was largely good. It's so so you can give these insights through this particular graph. Okay. Yeah. Uh, so this is one graph. This can be your starting point, right? Sales trend. Okay. You can start your conversation with the leadership CEO. You can keep this as the first slide. Okay. Yes. 35, 32, 35, 36 million, etc. has now become 23 million. Yeah. Is this clear?
Yep. Yes.
Yes. Now, can we easily say how much to buy? percentage, etc. Can we easily say that? Yes, no? Probably not, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we'll learn a new concept called as table calculation. Okay. Table calculation allows us to show values in a different way. Okay. Not the exact absolute values, as a percentage of something, as a rank, etc. Okay. Let us understand one by one. Okay. So let us again put order date in columns. Let us go month. Okay. You don't have to put filter again for order date. If you just say show filter, it would have already filtered for those days. Why? Because we made it apply to all the dates. Okay. I'll put sum of sales amount here. Okay. What I'll do is I'll do a formatting. I'll put it in millions. One more thing, folks. There is an option here on the center top of screen called as how do you want to visualize. Standard is automatic. If you say fit entire width, it will fit the horizontal width. If you just say fit height, it will just fit height like this. If you say fit entire view, it will fit to entire view. Okay. Yeah. This is sum of sales amount. Okay. What I'll do is there's an option called as add table calculation. Okay. Carefully, carefully. If you see, I want to express the values not as absolute values. For example, April 2018, it was 50 million. I don't want to say 50 million. I want to say from the starting month, how much million lesser or more this is. Or what is the percentage drop compared to starting, etc. Okay. I'll do one small thing and showcase. Difference. Trying to calculate is difference. Compute using table across. What does this mean? It is calculating horizontally relative to. Okay, calculate difference from what? Previous value, next value, or from first value? Let us say first value, right? And to appreciate this, what I'll do is I'll again put sales amount in text. Okay. And we'll just do fit width. Do you see the, I'll put this below. Do you see January was how much? 100 million. Right. Okay. It took this month, not this year, this one. And table. Yes. Right. So November was how much? 35 million. December 32. January 43. Feb 35. These are the absolute values in the first row. I'm just putting this absolute values just to showcase how this works. Okay. In the second row, it is difference. Okay. If you read the tooltip, this is called tooltip. Whatever you're seeing hovering when I hover it, whatever pops up is called tooltip. Month of order date, December 2017. Difference in sales amount from the first along the month of order date, right? From the first month. 32 million is obviously this is rounded off. That's why it's showing 4 million lesser than November. 43 is 7 million greater than November. 35 is same as November, so 0 million. March is 38 versus number of 35 is plus 3. Okay. Are you able to see this now?
Yes.
Yeah. August 39 million compared to first value is how much? 35. So a net of 4 million increase, right? So this is one way to showcase it. Okay. This is one way to showcase it. What is the difference? Okay. I'll just click on this and I can say edit table calculation and we will see that. Okay. One is I can calculate difference from. Okay. One is I can also calculate percent difference. The reason why this is showing in million is because I had changed the format to million. Okay. What I need to do is go do formatting and say, don't keep it in number custom, just keep it in percentages. Okay. Now, what do I see over here? Okay. 35 to 32 million, 10% drop. 35 to 43 million, 20% growth. All right. So I'm calculating percent difference from. So I can also calculate percent difference from. Okay. Compute using table across. Table across means horizontal. Relative to which value? First value. I can also do relative to previous value. Okay. So 43 million compared to 32 million is 34%. Okay. 30, for example, one other, right here. 30 million compared to 39 million is 24% drop. 30 million compared to 35 million is not 24% drop, right? So you can do all those kind of analysis. For example, 28 million compared to 27 million is 4% growth. But 28 million compared to 35 million would be 20% degrowth, right? Why it is showing 4%? Because we are calculating relative to previous value. If you do relative to first value, it will show like this, right? Now, can someone tell me what is the use of this relative to first value if I do percent difference? Can someone tell me what is the use of this? Is there any use? Can someone think of any usage?
Month
Yes.
over month growth.
Month over month you can show.
Yeah.
Even from starting value you can show. Let us see. Okay. What I'll do is the label, right? The label which I'm putting 5, 32, 43 million. Anyways, my y-axis has those values. Maybe I don't need to separately put. Maybe let's say I want to calculate what is the percentage difference. What I do is I go here, I say add table calculation. I say percent difference from table across relative to first value. Okay. And then I just, so what am I calculating? I'm not giving absolute values. I'm saying calculate percentage difference from first value. Okay. And format, I need to go back to percentage. So I go to format. I click on percentage here. Is this now more relatable? Can you get more insight on this? What can you say? Does anyone want to give a commentary on this?
So we have 34% decrease from the initial value.
Correct. Yeah. So what he's saying is 34% decrease from initial value, right? So what you can say is there were a few small peaks, ones here, there, etc. But largely the trend is degrowing one. Okay. We've already dropped by 34% compared to October 2017. Right? 34% means 1/3 of the business. Okay. So your first statement can be very powerful, right? When you speak in front of the leadership, you can say, we have dipped by, or we have lost 1/3 of the business in the last 3 years, roughly. Okay. Isn't that a powerful statement to start with? Doesn't it get the room into a serious mode? Doesn't it capture the attention? Yeah. One single statement, folks. If anyone wants to ask, hey, how is it 34%? Obviously, you can explain, right? But also it's intuitive, no? Looking at the graph. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Again, anyone who wants me to repeat this, any part of this is not clear, etc., please let me know. Happy to cover it again, cover some part again, do everything from scratch as well. Anything that's not clear, any objective that's not clear. Anyone has a question, why are we doing this?
What if we are actually taking the relative value toward the first value, or what is different if we are taking to the previous one, how it is helping us to get the trend.
Okay. If I understand, please correct me if I understand your question correctly. You're asking if we take difference with respect to first value versus if we take difference with respect to previous value, how is it going to help? Is that your
Yeah,
question?
exactly. Yeah,
Yes.
that is the question.
Yeah, yeah. So if you take with respect to first value, it is easier to communicate, right? You can say, see, 3 years back, we were at this amount of business. Now we have dropped by 1/3 of the business. That is 34%. It's very easier to communicate and take a reference. Now, if you do with respect to previous value, what happens is, if you do with respect to previous value, it will show month on month. So this 8% is 8% dip from previous month. This 5% is 5% growth from previous month. So the reference point for each of the value is different. Okay. So it is not very easy for someone to quickly understand this, right? Someone sees, okay, graph is decreasing, okay, minus, plus, minus, minus, okay, it's going further down. Oh, but still there is a plus here. What does this mean? Right? So there is a little bit of effort required to explain this because this is with respect to previous value. When you do it with respect to first value, it is intuitively clear that, okay, this is where it was. Okay, it is going down and the percentage is becoming more and more negative. It will be very easy to understand that way. Does that answer your question or not?
Yeah, exactly. Because you wanted to say that we can get month by month, but not exactly the whole picture.
Correct, correct.
If we are
That is not
getting the first one, we are getting the data-driven value, and which is exactly showing where we are lagging, right?
correct.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Right. So we see here and we know our starting point is very clear, right? We are capturing the attention. Sales dropped by 1/3. Done. Right. It's very important to ensure that your narrative, the storytelling, is super solid. Right. Data has to tell a story with. Okay. Now, the most important thing also, which usually I've seen in organization which loses steam, is that people just look at data and say, hey, this data is like this, so you need to make a decision. Okay, it is more transactional. Your storytelling, if it is really strong, it will resonate with the person who's making a decision, right? You are able to connect with that person better. If you are able to resonate with the decision maker, that is a big win. And for that, you need proper storytelling, right? And for storytelling, see, you are into analytics, etc. You know all complex visualizations, calculations, etc. Right? But think of a CEO or a leadership person, right? They wouldn't want to break their head into understanding data. They're not there for that. Okay. Typically, a CEO faces hardly most of the time CEO have 2 to 3 overlapping meetings. Okay. It is very difficult to get a CEO's time. I'm not saying you would directly be presenting, your team would be presenting. If the CEO is given the time, you need it should be easy for them to understand. Their brain should work mostly into decision making, not into understanding data or understanding insight. If you are, if the CEO is spending more time in understanding the data, you are failing in your visualization. Okay, CEO should spend less time in understanding the data and more time in going forward about decision making. Okay, yeah, hope that helps. Okay,
Varun,
this is
sorry to
yeah.
interrupt. I have one Like since
Ye-
we have started this session since morning, and we have done some few operations we have performed in the case of cities and in some trend of data and rating we have done. So like if we are talking about the dashboard, we have so many people in the organization, and not everybody is interested in everything.
Yes.
So can we do in that way, like if someone who is from the IT, they actually wanted to look how the application and the health is working, if somebody is from the performance team, they actually wanted to look how the application is earning cost and the performance. So how could we do the all the operations we have done, how we can see that individually? Not everybody wants to see everything. So how we
Correct.
can present that it should be in a way that it should look like a customized way.
Correct. So what we
So
can do
how
is, always there is one objective for a dashboard, right? One dashboard. See, the dashboard should serve a core consumer or a core stakeholder. Other stakeholders can also look at it, right? So when we create these worksheets, these are not dashboards, right? When we create these worksheets, we will create multiple different visualizations. Okay, multiple different visualizations, and we put together visualizations in a dashboard. That is something we'll be doing in the towards the end of next session, where we'll be building the dashboard by putting multiple things, right? We can we can build one dashboard, so we are going to do that. We are going to build one dashboard for sales. Okay, so the sales team will majorly look at it. One dashboard for users. Okay, so your marketing team, user experience team, everyone would look at it. And one dashboard for restaurants. So your restaurant account management team would look at it. So we will build three separate dashboards. Okay, ideally in an organization, uh, each would, like, if each has a different stakeholder, so you sit with the stakeholder, you understand how they want the visualization, what all things they want, and you accordingly build that, right? So what we'll do is, towards the end of next session, we'll start building sales dashboard, user dashboard, and restaurant dashboard, all three separate dashboards for separate user requirements. Okay, with this as the base data, we'll do that. Currently what I'm trying to do is trying to help with more of functionality, getting you folks familiar to Tableau, how to create graph,
this sales trend we have created,
yes.
so can we save it somewhere for the later if we need to retrieve or we wanted to see whatever we have created or the data we have,
Mhm.
the calculation we have done, how we can achieve it?
Sorry, I didn't understand your question. If you can come again.
Okay, so this is something we have done.
Yes.
Can we save it somewhere?
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
tomorrow, if we want to see, and I don't want to do all this calculation again and again, and how we can
Yes.
retrieve this?
Yes. Most definitely. As I said initially, sorry, is someone else saying something? No. Initially, as I said, you can connect it to server, right? So all these sheets will be there, and you can do a refresh, 1 day refresh or 1 week refresh. Automatically, everything will get refreshed. Your dashboard will also get refreshed. Okay, and you can save this as a workbook, right? In organization, what can happen is, this workbook can have a password and credentials, and people can just log in and look at the dashboard. Okay, you don't need to change anything. That is one way. Second way is, you can also publish this on Tableau public, right? So we'll probably do this towards the later end of the all the sessions. So you can do save to Tableau public, and you get a link. So your dashboard will be presented over there. So anytime you want, you can go and look at it. You don't need to do this again and again. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, Varun, it is. Thank you for answering.
Thank you. Now, folks, we did two kinds of table calculation, right? Now, one moment, I'll remove all of this and let us calculate. I'll give a quick exercise. I want you to explore table calculation. Filter top 10 cities. Okay. Let us say we filter top 10 cities. How do? We go to filter top 10 by outlet. No, by, let's say, users we do. Okay. Top 10 cities by users. Okay. I want to list down top 5 users by sales in each of the cities. I repeat, I want to list down, okay, where do I have usernames in the user table? I'll put username beside, for example, let us add all members. Okay, I'll also put the sales amount. One moment. I'll also put the sales amount. Okay. Now, I want you folks to give me top 5 users of Ahmedabad, top 5 users of some other city, top 5 users of Chennai, Kolkata, so on. Okay. Only top 5 users. I don't want other users. Okay. And I'm giving you a clue. This is not top N. Okay. Okay. Forget top 5. Can you put this in ranking? At each city level, I want to know who's the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 users. Okay. Do you want to give it a try? Ideally, I want to know Ahmedabad, number 1 is this, number 2 is this, number 3 is this, number 4 is this, number 5 is this, number 6 is this. Okay. Yes, take 2 minutes. Over to you, folks. Anyone wants to present the screen? I think I have to give the. Yes, I'm giving the access. Anyone wants to present? You can go ahead and present. Take 2 minutes. I hope you understood the question. Top 10 cities filter first. Among those cities, I want you all to rank the users in terms of who's number 1, who's number 2, who's number 3, who's number 4, so on. Is the question clear? Anyone who's not clear with the question, please let me know. I'm happy to help. Yes, yes. And not just sorting. What you said is right, but not just sorting, also putting the rank beside them.
So can we do that in the sum of the purchase amount by the users?
Yes, it is basis the sum of the sales by the user.
Some of the sales we will be putting, and whatever the highest one that we are gonna.
But you have
take it
to
out.
represent that as rank 1, rank 2, rank 3. And the clue I'm giving you is you need to use table calculation. I know slightly difficult, but give it a try. It's okay. And while you folks give it a try, what I want to also communicate to you is that please try here, there, put random things in random places. It's okay. Learn, make mistakes, learn. You see, hey, what will happen if I put this in size? What will happen if I put this in color? What will happen if I do ranking this way? Do that. It's okay. Do that. Commit mistake. You'll understand much better, right? Unfortunately, I can't take you through all the mistakes that you can do, right? We do not have so much time, but then you have a lot of time for yourself. So please commit mistakes. Please make silly mistakes. and learn from it. Without practice, I know some of you all might not have joined through systems. Without practice, it is not going to be easy. It's like a art or a sport, right? You can't become great at a sport just by watching. Maybe by even watching, let's say, if you want to become a cricketer, for example, you can't become a great cricketer by watching all cricket related videos in the world and watching it 24 hours a day. Even if you do that, you can't become unless you go and practice, right? Please practice. Yes.
Arun, I can share my screen.
Please go ahead.
You can guide me.
Yes, yes, totally.
It's visible.
Yes, visible.
So we have put in cities and we
No,
want.
you have to put clean city. You're yet to do that, is it?
Okay.
We did city, no? We did it. We created a calculated field by splitting city.
Okay. I think I
You
missed
can do
that.
that now only. No worries.
And
You just remove city. You just go click on city and create a calculated field.
okay.
Not here. Yeah. Create calculated field. Create
Create
above.
calculated
Yes.
field.
Name it as clean city or something.
Main city.
Yes. In the formula, just do split.
Split. And
City,
city.
comma. In inverted commas, put comma. That's your delimiter. And then again comma and -1 because you're taking last token.
Okay.
Just put this in rows.
Right.
Okay. And filter, go filter this. We only want top 10, otherwise the data will be too heavy. Top 10 by users. Have you calculated users? No. Huh?
No.
Okay. User ID, you do count of user. Okay. Chalega.
Okay, we
Okay.
have this.
Just put username beside clean city. No, not there, not there. Control Z. Beside clean city in the rows. Okay. Put the sales amount in text, sum of sales amount.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, yes. Do you want to try or do you want me to guide? How to do ranking? I gave you clue of table calculation. So what do you need to do? You need to open table calculation for it. Okay. Not there, not there. In some, what are you doing? What are you going to rank basis? Yes, there, go down at table calculation.
Do we have to find rank?
What? Yes.
And ascending order. Rank.
Ascending or descending?
We want rank first to be up, right?
To be?
First at the top position, right?
Yes. So descending, no? Higher sales means number one rank, correct?
Okay. Okay. And that's it. Is it?
You have different ways to rank, okay? Competition, etc. It's okay. You can choose one of them. Wait.
Okay.
You did the ranking, okay? What does the table down or pane down mean? Can anyone tell me? Take a guess.
Table.
What is the difference between table and pane? Yes, correct. Multiple panes make complete table. Okay. Someone was also mentioning other answer. Yeah. Sorry, someone else was also saying no. Okay, multiple panes make table. Okay. What is a pane here in this particular context? Clean city, correct? You want to calculate a ranking at a overall level or at a city level?
City level.
So you do pane down and not table down. Understood?
Right.
Yes. Okay, close this. Can you do sorting? Now ascending to descending, because sorting above, there is a shortcut, no? Above, above rows, columns, above that.
Sorry. Yeah.
Above,
Here.
above that.
About that.
Right side. Right
This
side.
one.
Yes. Click that one, it will do automatically.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Now,
sorry.
but how many rankings do you want?
4, 5. As you
Correct.
mentioned.
So what you can do is that the table calculation that you did, right? Okay, there only click and say show filter. Top, show filter. Filter is always, no.
Okay, this one.
No. Cancel this. Click on the drop down of calculation, not there, below, the green one, sum of sales.
Okay.
There you have no show filter.
Show filter.
Okay. What do you do then? Right side, can you see the filter already?
Right. Yeah.
What do you do then? Do you move like that or simply put 5?
Right.
Yes. Are you getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 users across each city?
Yeah, but
Sort it off.
they are not sorted.
You just sort it. Click on the sort now. No, the opposite way. Yes. Yeah. Is it clear? Is it too difficult?
No, not too difficult.
Not
At all.
put others. Because see, when you do it in your system, no. When you do it yourself, even though theek hai, thoda bahut I guided.
I'm stuck.
But when you do it yourself, it becomes much more easier. You will not forget this. Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Varun, can you please repeat the step from the pen
Yes.
down?
From
I
the
should.
pen down.
Okay. So
Sorry, Gaurav, you want to do it?
yeah, just correct me if I'm doing anything
Yes,
wrong.
definitely.
So from the pane down, right? So we in the table calculation we selected pane down.
First, tell why ranking you did. Why did you do descending?
Because we want the topmost
Sales to be
users.
number 1.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. Why are you doing pane down instead of table down?
Because we want it city wise and not on the whole tables.
Correct. Who was the question? Was it Nida or someone else? Sorry.
Varun, I have asked this question.
Why am I not able to see the name here? One moment. I'm not able to see who's speaking for some weird reason. Can you please tell your name? Who's asking? Nida, is it?
Yeah, Nida here.
Okay, understood. So pane down usually helps us rank at a pane level, right? At a group level. Here, clean city is the group. What are we trying to rank? The user level sales, right? If I had done table down, okay, it would have just given the top 5 pan India ranks, okay, and not at a city level. When we do pane down, it will give ranking at a city level. That is the reason why I've done pane down and not table down. Okay, I'll just do it once on my system also and showcase it. I think probably will be much more clear. Okay, so this is where we were. Okay, I filter top 10 cities, customer names, and then sum of sales amount. Okay, this is a shortcut also. Okay, to do quick. You don't have to always do a table calculation. You can just click on quick table calculation. Just click on rank. Okay. One moment. And then click on this again. The options would be shown. Compute using pane down. Compute using pane down. And you can just say show filter. One, two. Let's say if I want to do three. I'll get 1, 2, 3 rank for each of these cities. Yeah, if I change this to 4, I get 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, is this clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, so this is ranking. Okay. Now next, what we'll do is percent total will try to understand. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let us say we have different user groups, right? Let us say educational qualification, I put it in rows. And I calculate number of users across. Okay. Now, if I just want to express this as a percentage, right? Graduate is how many percentage, PhD is how much, postgraduate is how much, etc. I can simply go to quick table calculation, just do percent of total. Yes, the sum total will be 100%. Yeah, I can go to format and remove the decimals. Yeah, maybe like this. Yes. Is it clear? Now, if the way we cleaned, okay, what is the use of this? Okay, let us see. The way we cleaned this city, can we clean cuisine also? Okay, let us do that. Where's the cuisine? Here. Cuisine, we click and we say create. Let's go to calculated field. Cuisine, let's take the first token as the primary cuisine. Sorry. Let's call this. Oh, one moment. Primary cuisine. Let me not put users. Let me put primary cuisine here. Okay. Let me put sales amount here. Let me say quick table calculation, percent of total. Okay. Can you tell me what visualization is good? What all visualization should I try? How should I showcase this? Let us say I clear
bubble chart.
table calculation. Yes, bubble chart. Let us see. Bubble chart is there. Can you say which is number one? North Indian.
Yeah.
Number two,
It's a little hard.
Chinese.
Chinese.
3, 4,
Indian
5,
biryani, South Indian.
6, 7, 8. Does this become a little bit complicated? You're not able to confidently say?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. So is this a good visualization?
No.
No.
No. In case of ranking, no. Okay. What else? Bar chart. Let's see bar chart. Okay. Is this a good visualization?
Yes.
Better
Yes.
than the previous one.
Okay. Much better than the previous one. Yes. Sum of sales amount, you can also put, let's say I put it in label. Instead of having full values, I'll say quick table calculation percent of total. So it's giving me percent of yes. And font, let's see if I can reduce and have all values. Yes, all values. Alignment, I can do a horizontal center alignment also, or let's say let's keep it outside only. Yes. So yeah, this is one way to visualize it. Any other way? Any other chart you recommend? It's okay, not a big exam.
We could have done pie chart, but then again the
Too many pies,
too
right?
many. Yeah.
Fair, correct. What else?
Can
No other
you
chart.
use tree map?
Tree map. Yes, let's see. Tree map. Let's put sales amount in label. Percent of total. Is this a good visualization?
Not for me.
For smaller categories, we cannot identify.
Why so? Here also smaller, you'll have to scroll and go, no? But do we ideally want to do some analysis on these kind of categories?
It's almost zero, so might we
It would be
might not
better if
require.
we put them in others.
So tree map is good in that way that all the small ones, it is just kind of compressing it. Okay. Now, can you tell 1, 2, 3, 4? Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's placed in that order. All right. In bar chart also, you can easily say. Where is it? Yes. In bar chart also, you can easily say. Tree map also, you can easily say. Yes. Tree map also, you can make color here also. Okay. Now, color here is basis sum of sales amount. Okay. We know which is a higher sales amount, which is lower sales amount by the size. Yeah. Why do we need color for that? So we'll remove that and we'll put rating in color. Sorry, my bad. Rating in color. And you can go here and change this red to green. Everything is showing green, right? So not a good way to represent. So what we go is we do advanced. We say where should rating start, where should rating end. Okay, starting is red 2.6? No, probably not. Let's say 3.2. Let's apply and see. Okay, we are getting a good share of red and green. So it's a better visualization, right? You can also do the same with percent total. Okay, and do the exact same here as well. Both the visualizations are decent. They are doing their job. So you can choose either of them. Here also you have the color. Okay, you have there as well, you have here as well. Now, the only additional thing that tree map is going to give you folks is that you know that if you select these nuns, right, you know that they will be almost more than half of the sales. Do you agree with that? 7 cuisines, these 7 cuisines. Folks, North
Yes.
Indian, yes, just by the size of it. Okay. Here by the size, we can't say that, okay, if we cover this many, half of it would be covered. We can't easily say that. So there's that slight advantage in the tree map where you know that if you cover these cuisines in any of your analysis, more than 50% you have done. Right? You don't have to calculate, just by visualization, you can. Either of them is okay. Okay. So this is your tree map. Okay. What else we covered? Table calculation. One moment. Covered rounding, stealing, formatting we did, right? Logical conditions, string functions we checked. Date we checked. Okay. Okay. I think we can go more into visualization. One other concept I'll cover in the next session. Now, to go into visualization, further visualization, right? Okay, what was the starting point that we will communicate to user leaders that sales is declining as has declined by 1/3, right? Has dropped by 1/3. Now, can you tell me, with all this data in a food delivery platform, right? If sales is decreasing, what is the first thing that you will check? If sales is decreasing, what is the first thing? Okay, you understood. Okay, sales is decreasing. What is the first thing that you check next after you see a decreasing sales trend? What
We
trend
can
would you
check
check?
if
Yes,
users have declined or
correct. Users. Yeah, fair. What are the key pillars of a food delivery platform? What are the key, what do you say, key strong pillars of food delivery platform? Or what are the key organizations that will ensure that food delivery platform works well? Key stakeholders.
Delivery,
Delivery what? You're right.
delivery area, like
Delivery agents.
delivery agent,
Right.
delivery partners. Yes.
Delivery partners is something you require to fulfill your service. Okay. One
Right.
is delivery partners. What
Another
else?
would be restaurants.
restaurants.
Restaurants. Okay. Let's say you have restaurants, you have delivery partners. What else? Huh? Customers, most definitely. Yes. And then your platform, right? Restaurants are there, customers want food, delivery partners are there. Who's connecting all of these? The food delivery platform, right? So these are the key pillars. Okay. So always you need, whenever you're analyzing sales, right? This is, for example, for a food delivery platform. For any other business, you need to see what are the key pillars and how are they behaving. Okay. Let us say we look at user trend next. Okay. How do we calculate user trend? Again, we go here, we put order date. Okay. Month level. And we just put users in label, go here and create a line graph. Now tell me folks, is it that difficult to create a line graph? I put users in label, I go to quick table calculation, percent difference, and I see it to first value. Folks, is it that difficult? Tell me.
No.
No.
No, right? Manageable, no? Yes. What do you see as a trend here? I'll put sales trend here. This is a sales trend. This is user trend. Users is dipping by how much?
This is also
35%.
35%.
So can you with some level of confidence say, some level, good amount of confidence say, sales dip is because of transacting user dip?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, for users to transact on food delivery platform, what all is needed?
Channel or app
No, what
or
all is needed? App is needed. Okay. What else? For complete order, delivery agent is needed.
right.
And to
Restaurant
place
is
an order, restaurant is needed. Right? So either you can directly jump to that, or as I think Nidha or someone was asking, what questions can be asked uh, in the meeting, right? People can ask you, hey, user trend is decreasing. Tell me what cohort. Have you checked which age group? Have you checked all of that? Is what questions you get, right? So better to do a check of how each of the different cohorts are behaving. Okay. So let us see that. We know, what do we know till now? Sales trend is decreasing. User trend is also decreasing by a similar amount, right? Now you need to further deep dive and check what kind of users are decreasing. Okay. Let us see. Let us check different user cohorts. Let us put educational qualification in rows. Let us put order date, month in columns, and let us put the number of users. Okay. Just put it as a table. Okay. Now, when you go like this, is it easy to see which has decreased more, which has decreased less
No.
with
No.
this table? No, right? Yes. What would you ideally do? Any thoughts, any ideas how you would want to measure this in a better way to see who's decreasing more, who's decreasing less?
We can create a line chart for each of the education category.
Okay, let's try. Now, can you say who's decreasing more, who's decreasing less?
Still no. I guess we have to
Because
separate.
these are small levels, right? This,
Yeah.
by the looks of it, this seems like a larger decline. But percentage wise, smaller value, smaller percentage, it will not show the same slope, right?
Mm.
So you still don't know. Okay. What you can do though is you can see how the distribution is varying. Okay. You can do a quick table calculation, percentage of total, but don't do like this horizontal, do vertical. Okay. So compute using table down. Okay. The sum total is 100%. If the distribution is changing, means someone is dipping more, someone is dipping less. If the distribution is largely similar, what does it mean? All are dipping similarly. See, starting, what is the distribution? 45, 6, 45, 3, 1, right? Is the distribution changing significantly
Varun,
No.
I missed that. Can you please explain me
from
again?
the start?
No, not from the start. How we have changed this value into the percentile?
Okay, okay. One important thing, you can do a control Z. Okay.
Okay.
Here, I don't know if I told, I'm just doing control Z. I got the original values. Okay. Now what I do is I go to user. Either I can go to add table calculation and do, or just do quick table calculation. Quick table calculation. What am I trying to do? In November, what percentage of users were graduate? What percentage was PhD? Similarly, in each of the months, I want to calculate that. What I do is go to quick table calculation, calculate percent of total. But percent of total here, it's doing table across. That means horizontally it is calculating 100%. That is not what we want. We want table down. In each month, right, what is the distribution between each of the educational qualification groups? Okay.
But to just perform this data, we need to know our data, how we need to do this. Right? Without knowing, we can't perform this operation.
Yes. See, the question was, who's dipping more? Correct? The graduate is dipping more, or PhD or postgraduate, etc. Okay. Now, what are the different ways to calculate the dip? Right. One is I see first value to last value who has dipped by higher percentage. Correct. November, this is the first month to last month. I see who has dipped by higher percentage. One way is that. Other ways, I calculate what is the distribution in each month. For example, in November, out of the total transacting users, 45% were graduate, 5% were PhD, 46% was postgraduate, 3% was school, 0% was uneducated. In the last month, if I see 46% graduate, 5% PhD, 45% postgraduate, 3% school, 0% uneducated. The distribution has not changed. Okay. When the distribution has not changed, can you say that a particular cohort dipped much more compared to some other cohort? Can you say that? No, right? What this means is each of the cohort dipped in a similar way. Yes. Now, how to represent this? Is this a good representation? No. Right? How do you represent this? So you have something called as stacked bars. Okay, when you have something at 100%, you can use stacked bars. Okay, you click on stacked bars and you just say entire view. Okay. Now, do you see any of these significantly changing? Any of these bars, height of these?
No.
Yes. It's not changing. Now, I think there are a lot of values. Instead of month, we'll just represent it as quarter for easy eye viewing, right? What I'll do is I'll also put percentages. I'll also put this distribution in the label, and I'll put it as a percentage of total. Compute using table down. Format. Okay. Yes. Are the percentages significantly changing? No. Okay. Now what you do is, now it's very simple. You don't have to again create for each of them, right? We checked educational qualification. Now my question to you is there a particular educational qualification group who is dipping more and who is causing the outlet drop? User count drop? No, no, right? Let us check gender wise. So educational qualification is in color. What you do is you just put gender in color. The whole graph changes to gender. Okay. Yeah. Gender. Is it changing? Again, gender level? No. Right? Marital status? That is also not changing significantly. Monthly income group? Largely remaining same. Occupation groups? Largely same. Age, because it's a measure, will show sum of age. You uh, just need to say, put it as dimension. Okay. All the age groups are moving similarly. Similarly, family size. Stuff sum, you just put it as, all of them are moving in the similar way. So what we can say is, folks, there's no particular user cohort which has majorly led to the decline of number of users. Okay. There is decline across all kind of user cohorts, because of which the distribution is remaining same. Okay. So if someone asks you, have you checked user cohort? You need to say yes. You want to check family size level, you want to check income level, we check qualification level, we check marital status, gender level, everything. And the drop is there across all the cohorts, right? What you can also do is, okay, have we checked at city level? Let us say we check at city level. We add all members. At city level, do you see the split changing? Do you see the split changing, the distribution changing?
Yes, changing.
Yes, it is changing, correct? That means, there is some city level issue, boss. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Some city has dropped more, some city has increased more. For example, Bangalore, if you see, it was 8%. It's now gone to 15%. Right? Something is happening at a city level. This is something that you can make from this. Okay. User cohort. Okay. Now, what you can also do is we can just get back to our basic. That sales trend is decreasing, user trend is decreasing. If someone asks, have you checked user cohort? You have all these details. Okay. User trend is decreasing. Okay. What are the other major pillar? Restaurant. Okay. So let us see how is the restaurant trend behaving. Okay. Same way we do month. Restaurant is outlets. Okay. Outlets is also decreasing. If I go here and put a table calculation percent difference from first value. Outlet trend is decreasing by how much? 35% again, similar value. Yes.
Yes.
Is it easy to move from this sheet to this sheet, check, etc.? Should we not do it in the same sheet? Do two lines?
Yes.
What do you think? Yeah, we'll try that. So we have outlets here. Let us also put users here. It will put us two separate graphs. You can go to show me button. And here there's an option to combine the graphs, dual lines. Okay. Yeah, dual lines. This is your users. This is your outlets. Okay. What you can also do is you can put this as percent difference and relative to first value. Similarly, put this as percent difference relative to first value. Okay. Now here, if you see 0 to -40 or 0 to -35, if you want to make it same level, you have to go right click here and say synchronize axis. Okay. Now, do you see a same trend, almost same trend of users and outlets? Hard to differentiate.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Okay. My question to you folks, take a minute or two to think. What is the reason? Outlets dropping lead to user drop is your first option. Second option is user drop leading to outlet drop. Okay. Please choose your option, folks. What do you think? Also, I'm launching the poll. Please share your feedback. Yes, please tell me, folks, what is causing what? Our outlets, first option is outlets are dropping, which is leading to user drop. Second option is users are dropping, which is leading to outlet shutdown.
I believe there is outlet drop there. That's why users are dropping.
Okay.
I agree with Prem.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Anyone with the second option? Anyone thinks about second option? Let's say users are dropping, businesses dropping, and hence outlets are shutting down. Is that possible? Can that be possible?
Yeah, it can be.
It can be. Okay. Would the graph look this way in that case? How would the graph look in both the cases? In option 1 and option 2. Let's say option 1 is right. Not saying right. Option 1, how would the graph look? That is, outlets are dropping, hence users are not coming. Option 2, users are not coming, hence outlets are shutting down. How would the graph look in both the cases? Let's say you're a restaurant owner. Okay. If users stop coming, would you shut down the next day itself?
No.
No. What would you do?
If we consider that users are there, but outlets are closing, then the blue line would uh, show less downward trend, and outlets would have more downward trend.
Hmm. No. So in the second option, if the users are dropping and then let's say outlets are shutting because of it, they'll not shut down immediately. They'll put their effort, try for a month, 2 months, 3 months, etc., and then eventually shut down. Okay. While it is not easy to open a restaurant, it is also not easy to close a restaurant. Okay. So in that case, the graph would have been delayed. Okay. So the user trend would have been like this, and outlet trend same direction but slightly delayed, 2 months, 3 months delayed. So it would have been like this, somewhat like this. Okay. Because it is going hand in hand, it means outlets are shutting down, leaders to users dropping. Okay. If outlet is shut down, user can't transact from that outlet. Done. Right? Yes. So it is not user drop which is causing outlet shutdown, but outlet shutdown which is causing user drop. Okay. So the storyline here is sales are dipping, dip 34%, dip by 1/3. Number of users also dip by 1/3. no user cohort showing a substantial decrease apart from city level. So there's a city level issue. Outlet trend is almost mirroring user trend, which goes on to highlight that outlet drop is causing the user drop. Okay, we end the second session here.
But eventually, Varun,
Yeah.
we have seen there was a drip down of 34% already to the outlet drop.
Yes.
It's because of we are not getting the users. Why we are closing the outlet? Like we are not getting the users.
See, one is if you are not getting users and then you are closing outlet, you will not immediately close, right? For example, in let's say in November 2019, you had these many outlets, these many users. Okay. December 2019, the number of users dropped. Would you immediately close the outlet if you're a restaurant owner?
No, but the
It will
drop
take some
is
time, right?
obviously, but the drop is showing that
Uh-huh.
there are less number of the users. So that's the reason.
Correct.
So what is the primary reason to drip down? It is the outlet shutdown or the number of the less users?
Yes. See, these are not independent. Okay. These are not independent. What will happen tomorrow if your favorite restaurants on Swiggy are not available? You would go to Zomato and order, right? Yes. Let's say you wanted to order from McD or KFC, etc. And in Swiggy, it was showing currently not serviceable. Okay. You would go and check in Zomato and it's showing serviceable. You would order from there. Correct. So user drop is causing the sales drop. No doubt about it. Okay. But user drop is because there is an outlet drop. Okay. So in a food delivery platform to transact, right? As I said, the major pillars are delivery agents, okay, users, and restaurants. Okay. If restaurants are not there, if restaurants are dipping, users will also dip. Transacting users will also dip. So the point here is that, okay, there's a sales drop. When we check the user trend, there's a user drop. Okay. And when we check the outlet trend, there's a outlet drop. And user trend and outlet trend are happening almost exactly at the same time. That means because outlets are dropping, users are also dropping, right? So the problem in the room, right, with the leadership, you identify the problem. The core problem is the number of outlets are dropping and you need to get them back up, right? Number of outlets, if you get them back up, users will come. Yeah. If you have KFC, McDonald's, etc., let's say if you had them before, now they are not. And if you get them back, users will come back. All right. So the whole point being is your problem in the room has now, instead of 6-7 different departments worrying who should do it, the problem is now concentrated on restaurant account management team, right? So you need to ask them, okay, why the number of outlets have dipped down, right? You need to do further analysis. Obviously, we'll do it in the next 2 sessions. We'll say, see, your outlets have dipped down, right? And dipped down because of X, Y, Z reasons. This is the RCA. And to bridge them, you need to do ABC actions, right? And get them back up. That is how we are going to eventually close this. Number of, so Nishant is saying number of option to buy food from decreases. What is it saying? Sorry, hard drop. Yeah. Yeah, that's why user drop. Exactly. You're right. Right. What Nishant, what Nida, everyone was saying. You're right. Yes, the core reason is outlet drop. Yeah. So
that is the final truth which you are saying that if we are closing an outlet, user will not be there. Obviously, when we don't have a service, how we will get the user? That is the
correct.
final truth, right? But
Yes.
before that, somehow this RCA, the analysis which you are telling, I am strongly not getting agreed with this.
Any reason?
See, because if we look a business wise, why a business want to close an outlet? Because they are not getting the business. And why they are not getting the business? Because they are not getting the users. So there will be
Not necessary. See, there are many reasons, right? Maybe this particular platform is charging more commission. Someone else is charging lesser commission. Maybe they have to spend more money to get orders here. Maybe someone is asking for lesser money. For example, Swiggy Zomato now charges 21% average commission. There is this Rapido's new platform called Only, which is charging almost 0% commission, right? So restaurants save money over there. If they see more orders coming over there, definitely they'll go ahead and shift there, right? See, if users are not coming and restaurants are dropping down, Nida, if that case was what exactly it was, then your graph wouldn't have been this way. Your graph would have been slightly displaced in the sense.
Actually, I'm more influenced by the last graph, which we have done for the 34%.
This one? This
yeah,
one?
user trend one. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So
Correct.
I'm more
User is
influenced
dipping.
with this.
User is dipping, definitely. User trend is dipping, no doubt. We'll do one more thing, okay? I'll show it through one other way. Let us calculate average user value. Okay, how much a user is spending. So how do you calculate that? Sum of sales amount divided by count distinct user ID. Okay, this will give you average user value, right? On an average, so total sales amount divided by total users will give you on an average how much is a user spending. Okay, so we calculate this and we see it over here. Okay, one moment. We'll do it in a separate sheet. AUV I'll put here. And number of, sorry, AUV, right? We have to just put AUV. Where's AUV? Okay, if you see average user value hasn't changed much. Okay, I'll also do a right click. There's a possibility for trend line. Okay, the trend line is almost flattish. The average user value hasn't changed. That means the users who are staying, okay, they are not spending less. They're spending similar amount. Okay, but the overall user trend is going down. And if you see the rating also, it has also gotten better. So it is not that users are going, users are reducing and then outlets. No, it is because outlets are dropping, users are dropping. That is why they follow exactly the same trend. If outlets were dropping because users didn't come, that would take some time to reflect. That would not follow the exact same pattern. And this user trend and this is same graph, exactly same graph. There's no change in the graph. Both are same graphs. Okay. This I've done to show how exactly outlets and users are behaving in the exact same trend. Okay. If users reduced, restaurants would take some time to drop off the platform. Okay, restaurants will say, okay, I'm not getting business, okay, reduce, okay, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, I'll wait here, I can't wait more, now I'll switch it off from this platform. So restaurants will wait a little bit to see if the users will pick up and then switch off. right? So hence, we can conclude here that user drop is because outlets are shutting down. The core problem is outlets are shutting down. Yeah. So in the next two sessions, we'll figure why are the outlets shutting down, which are the outlets that are shutting down, what kind of recommendations and actions that you need to give to get those outlets back. Yeah. Cool, folks. Yeah, that's all. That's all from these two sessions. Hope you got a little bit comfortable with Tableau than you were before morning. Um, and yeah, my only suggestion is please practice, please make mistakes, please do errors, etc. Do as much as possible so that uh, in the next session things are more relatable and more easy for you.